Hello and welcome to This Week in the Studio. I'm Amy Nicole and I'm coming to you from sunny and warm South Texas. First off today I want to talk to you about what I'm wearing. You guys have seen this. I've done a blog post about this. I think I will post it in the show notes. This is a self-drafted top. I've also posted about it on Instagram for Me Made May recently. I'm wearing it again for Me Made May with this thrifted skirt. I don't know if you can see this. It's a circle skirt, a red chiffon circle skirt that I love. It just flows beautifully when I walk. But the shirt is what I want to talk to you about today. It's a simple crop top, and it has this cute split back. And I just wanted to give you a quick teaser about it because I will be turning this into a pattern, and it will be a free pattern for my subscribers. I'm hoping to do that this summer. That's one of my summer goals, is to get this free pattern out for you guys, which is exciting. But I also had a great suggestion from Lisa of And So On, who you all know, I'm sure, and to do a tutorial on how to alter any basic top pattern to have a split back like this, which I will also do. I think it's a great idea. That way you can have the crop pattern if you want, or if you have a longer shirt pattern that you want to do a split back on, great for summer, then you can use that tutorial to make the changes to that pattern and do so. So that's some very exciting things that are coming up. Now for what I've been working on. This is that Buckaroo Bobbins Gentleman's Vintage Frock Coat that I'm making for a client. This company does authentic vintage Western patterns, which I think is just so cool. I've had so much fun sewing this pattern. I've learned so much. I've learned how to build a shoulder pad, which was very fun. So this is ready for a fitting. I wanted to get this shell sewn up, and before I connect the lining and everything, I want to do a fitting on him to see if there's any changes that need to be made. He's rather short, so I did already take out, using the shortened lines on the pattern, which gets taken out of the torso. I didn't take out quite as much as it seemed like he would need, because that would just really shrink this torso way too much. So the rest will be taken out of the hem if necessary. And then this will be all collar and stuff will be attached afterwards. I did talk to you guys last time about doing the piping with the ribbon on the collar, and this is how that is looking so far. I just stitched this flat onto the edge of the collar. I got a 1-inch ribbon, and this pattern has a 1/2-inch seam allowance. So by matching up the ribbon to the edge of the pattern, I'm going to ensure that I have a 1/2 inch of piping once it's all sewn together. I did some nice mitered corners on the edges, and I think that's going to look really pretty. I haven't gone on to do the notch facing or the pocket flaps yet, because I want to make sure that he likes the color of this ribbon on this fabric before we move forward. This fabric is a brushed twill. It has a really nice texture, really good structure, but it's also lighter than if we would use a wool or something, because he is going to wear this for the summertime. So that's one big project that's going on right now. He's coming over for a fitting hopefully today. For Honey Darling, my shop, my handmade shop, I have 2 orders that need to go out, one this week, one next week. So one of them's already cut. This will be a pencil skirt. I'll post a picture somewhere. It's just a basic pencil skirt, but I like sewing them in these quirky fabrics. So this is a vintage twill that has this fun Western print. I ran out of this and people loved it so much. So I did have this Western print as well, which I put on my Instagram and offered for the pencil skirt, and I got a taker on that. So this one will need to be cut out as a pencil skirt as well. This simplicity pattern I talked to you guys about is for a client. We're doing the jumper. I'm going to be cutting this out this week. I already cut the paper, and I'm going to be cutting out the fabric this week. So we will see how that goes. I mean, it's going to go fine. It's just cutting out in paper. So it's a pretty simple pattern. It just has a couple pieces. So that should go pretty quickly, actually. I did get a chance to do some fun sewing on this long weekend, and I've been working on my Celeste bikini pattern from Swim Style. I made myself my first swimsuit last year. I'll be sure to link to that below and maybe put a picture somewhere. So I wanted to make another one this year. I was like, maybe that could be something fun. I do every year for summer. I make a new swimsuit. Why not? So I'm doing the Celeste bikini, and I got pretty far on it. I just don't have any 3/4 inch elastic, which I need for the bust band and the waistband. So this is the top, and it's got a deep V in the front and a scoop in the back. I did already make some adjustments by trying it on. The V actually came down about this far, and it just seemed like there was a lot of fabric, like I think I'm shorter in the torso here. So I pulled it down and took in the V more and sort of trimmed off the bottom of the center front a little bit. I might still take it up in the shoulders, but I'm waiting until I get this bottom band on so I can really hold it and fit it secure where it's supposed to be before I make any more changes. So those are the tops. Don't you love this fabric? It's so fun. This is from fabrics2fabrics.com. Link below. I'm not 100% on that name. I did show you guys this whenever I got it in as a little mini fabric haul. So I will link to that. And then the bottoms also need a band. I'm waiting on elastic. These were super cheeky, like they came, the back looked practically like the front, which does not work for me. I have a very round bottom, so I didn't want to be wearing a thong swimsuit. So I took out the pattern. I added about 1 inch to the back curve just to make it a little more modest. And I also, this is a seamless style bottom, so the lining and the self are clean finished, and the lining pattern is a slightly smaller than the outer fabric, so it pulls that seam allowance to the inside, as you can see here. And this pattern is actually drafted without elastic in the leg, which I did. I tried it. It just wasn't staying in place. So I went in and added elastic to the inside of the leg, which makes me feel a little more like everything's gonna stay where it's gonna stay. I'm a very active swimmer. Like when I'm wearing a swimsuit, I'm usually, playing some water volleyball or floating down a river. So I need everything to stay where it's supposed to be. I'm excited about this swimsuit. It seems like it's gonna be very comfortable when it's done. I like that it has a nice thick band on the waist and the bust. So that's where that is. I can't wait to finish this. Hopefully I get a chance to get to the store to get some new elastic. And that's about it. That's everything I'm working on in the studio this week. I know you're wondering about the new pattern. I am going to set a tentative, but hopefully release date of June 11th, which is awesome. It's pretty much done. I'm waiting on my illustrator to get me some illustrations, those cover illustrations for the pattern booklet, and then I just need to wrap up putting the booklet together and packaging it with all of the interactive links and stuff for you guys, and it will be ready to go. Very exciting. Thank you so much for joining me this week in the studio. I'm Amy Nicole. Happy sewing. Bye.